In the name of God, I am Kaman Kashi, and I am here with the 14th part of the International Transportation Training Series. In this 14th part, I decided to review with you some of the important terms and documents that are frequently used in road transportation. So stay with us. The first and most important term that we frequently hear and encounter in the context of road transportation, especially when we receive an inquiry or a request for a quotation from a customer and come across it in our daily operations, is the term FTL and LTL. These are fundamental concepts in the logistics and freight forwarding industry. We had a similar concept in sea transportation, which was referred to as FCL and LCL, standing for full container load and less than container load, respectively. When we hear the term FTL, it means full truckload or shipping cargo as a full dedicated truck, where the entire vehicle is used exclusively for one shipment. When we use the term FTL, as you can see in the image on the left, the entire compartment of a truck or trailer is reserved and rented by a single cargo owner, and in fact, the cargo of one owner is loaded into the truck, and a single CMR and weigh bill are issued for it. This means that the truck is not shared with any other cargo, and the goods are transported directly from the point of origin to the destination without being mixed with other shipments. But when we have cargo as LTL or less than a truckload, the cargo of different owners is loaded into the truck compartment. As you can see in the image on the right, shown in different colors, the goods belong to different people. The vehicle owner issues one CMR, and the forwarding company issues separate weigh bills for each cargo owner and delivers the goods to them with a delivery receipt. This method is also called groupage or less than truckload shipping, and it is commonly used when the volume of goods does not justify hiring an entire truck. In this case, the transportation cost is shared among several shippers, making it a more economical option for smaller shipments. The process involves careful planning and coordination to ensure that each cargo is delivered to the correct recipient, and proper documentation is provided for each shipment. The next term we want to discuss here is the term demurrage or waiting time fee in road transportation, which has its equivalent in sea transportation as well, if you recall. In road transportation, just like in sea transportation, the cargo owner and the buyer have a certain allowed period for unloading and loading the cargo. This allowed period, which is specified according to our tariff, is called free time. During this free time, the cargo owner can load their goods. If, due to their own delay, this time passes and the goods have not yet been loaded, for each night that the truck is kept waiting and its work is postponed, a fee must be paid to the transport company or the driver. This is called demurrage or waiting time fee. The same applies at the destination. If the buyer or the recipient does not unload the goods within the allowed period or free time, and this period is exceeded and the truck is kept waiting, for each night the vehicle is delayed, a fee must be paid according to the set tariffs, which is also called demurrage. In this section, we want to get acquainted with the Carnet de Passage. The Carnet de Passage is a booklet used for the transit passage of motor vehicles through different countries. In fact, when a motor vehicle such as a car, truck, or even a motorcycle wants to cross the land borders of different countries, in order to make this process easier and more streamlined, a special customs transit booklet, which is officially called the Carnet de Passage, is issued for it. This important booklet comes in several different versions, including 5, 10, 15, and 25-page versions, and with each crossing of a country's border, one page is voided or marked as used. Depending on how many countries the person intends to travel through with their vehicle, they can request either the 5-page, the 10-page, the 15-page, or the 25-page version, depending on their specific travel needs and plans. This booklet is especially useful and suitable for people who want to travel with their own car, motorcycle, or other personal vehicle across various borders and visit different countries, whether for tourism, business, or other purposes. The validity period of this booklet is 1 year from the date of issue, and booklets that have not yet been used can have their validity extended, provided that the proper procedures are followed and the necessary requirements are met. One important point to keep in mind about the Carnet de Passage is that this booklet is only issued at the central office of the Touring and Automobile Club of the Islamic Republic of Iran. There, they will request a series of documents and paperwork from the applicant, which must be provided. Certain deposits and guarantees must also be made, and if the application is approved, the Carnet de Passage will be issued. The next term we want to examine together is direct transport. When goods enter customs facilities and leave those facilities without being unloaded and reloaded from the means of transport, we call this direct transport. In fact, this method is more suitable for perishable goods, goods that require special facilities and equipment for unloading and loading, or goods that are sensitive, fragile, and may be damaged during unloading and loading. In this method, the goods remain in the same condition as they are on the means of transport while the formalities are carried out, and after the related procedures are completed, they leave the customs premises and head toward their destination. In this case, we have storage costs, but we no longer have unloading and loading costs. And instead, the cost for direct transport services is actually charged, which is much more reasonable compared to the cost of unloading and loading. Many of you might confuse direct transport with transit. It's worth mentioning here that direct transport includes the completion of customs formalities, meaning the goods go through customs procedures, but while still on the transport vehicle without being unloaded in the middle. But in transit, our goods depart from the customs premises without having completed the necessary customs formalities, making use of a transit bond, and then proceed toward their intended destination, where the required customs procedures will be carried out and the goods will be fully and officially cleared. So it's important not to confuse these two with each other. What is a transit license plate? A transit license plate is a plate similar to the ones on our own cars that we drive, which is issued for the purpose of internationally identifying a vehicle and is given to the owner of the car. These plates are issued only once for each vehicle and are specific to that car, remaining valid for the entire lifespan of the vehicle. These plates can be obtained at the offices of the Touring and Automobile Club, and if a car owner wants to transfer the car to someone else, they are required to transfer the transit license plate to the new owner as well. So, in fact, it's a plate just like the ones on our own cars, with the difference that it's issued only once for each car and must be transferred from one owner to the next.